Hey fish heads, we hit the road this morning to travel down to the Tidal James River, and we're here to find some monster fish. They're one of the biggest freshwater fish in Virginia. We recently set the world record, and
they're man-eaters.
No, they're not man-eaters, but they are blue cats, and we're here to check out exactly how the Region 1 staff manages this great fishery, so stay with us. All right, we're here at the site. We've just finished up sampling for the blue cats. Eric Brittle is one of the biologists down here that helps manage these populations. Eric, tell us a little bit about the sampling that you guys do down here. It's a little different than what we do over on our side of the mountain.
Yeah, Jason, we use low frequency electrofishing when we're sampling for these catfish populations. Typically in a sample year, we will try to hit about 25 or 30 sites, anywhere from the Richmond metro area all the way down to what locals call Hog Island or Surrey, down near there. That's where you get the saltwater intrusion coming up, and then the electrofishing doesn't work as well down there. But we'll typically sample those sites with the low frequency. We see quite a few fish in each of those sites. Fish as small as things that were born this year and as big as 70 pounds. This river, as you may know, well, at one time was home of the state record, which is over 100 pounds. It's since been broken a couple times in the state of Virginia, but 100-pound fish are still fairly common from year to year. There are a lot of 30 to 50-pound fish that we see in our sampling, and quite often we see 60 to 70-pound fish.
Wow! And now you guys are actually clipping fins today. What is that for? What do you do that?
Today we've been working in Powell Creek, which is one of the tributaries in Prince George County on the James River. This is our third day here, and we're doing a mark recapture study. So on day one, we came through and we caught as many fish as we could, and we clipped adipose fins on them, and then we returned the next 2 days and looked for the number of fish that we recaptured each day.
Right.
That gives us an estimate of how many fish are in this portion of Powell Creek, and then we can use that to expand out to look at the population in the whole river as a whole. We did this kind of work back in 2007, so this is a follow-up 7 years later, where we can compare the data from this year back to the 07 data and see how things have changed. We use that data to manage the population and to track trends,
okay,
and growth rates and numbers of fish and just general population.
Awesome. Now, I'm from the mountains, a little out of my element right here. You know, it's hot, it's flat. Maybe some of the anglers back home want to come down here. You know, what kind of things should they look for when they come down here? What should they use for bait maybe, or what can they expect to catch?
Well, this is a great area, great destination fishery, especially for trophy catfish. We're about 20 minutes outside of Richmond. We're about an hour west of the Hampton Roads area. So you got two big population centers there. It's a great day trip, or if you want to come in and spend a couple of days, you can fish several sites on the river. These trophy fishermen and the anglers around here that know what's going on, they find deep holes. These fish are found in 25 to 30 foot holes, even some holes in the main river channel that are down to about 90 feet. You actively look for feeding fish.
Okay.
So if you can identify some of those holes and right around a boat ramp or a public area that you're using or staying in, you find the feeding fish in those holes. If they're not there, you move on to the next hole, the next bend downstream, or come up into one of these creeks like we're at today and find a deep hole in the creek. Most anglers use heavy bait casting gear, because you never know when a big trophy fish or a fish of a lifetime is going to get on, so you want to be prepared for that. And typically most anglers are using circle hooks now with cut bait, either shad or herring of some sort, and live bait fish in those deep holes with multiple rods off the back of the boat.
Come fishing for catfish, then go to the beach. Can't beat it. Thanks a lot, Eric. Great job down here. Awesome fishery.
Thanks.
This was the third day of shocking, and unfortunately a lot of the larger fish eluded us. However, as you can see from these earlier photos, there's some real monsters that lurk in the Tidal James.
So we're here with Kaylee Johnson. Kaylee, please tell us about the catfish whisker stinging myth.
That's actually not true. Catfish use their whiskers to feel around, and the only part you really have to be careful with are the spines, which are found on their pectoral and dorsal fins. And you really have to be careful with the small ones because they're needle-like.
Myth debunked. So please tell me something. Is there anything else strange about catfish that we should know?
They don't have scales, and they're really smooth when you feel them, and they also make weird sounds like "mrrt, mrrt."
Well, there you have it. Catfish are so interesting.
For more information, please visit our website and click on Fishing, Rivers and Streams, and Tidal River James. Y'all mountain folk, come on back now, y'all.